delicioso right there. That's Grizz approved.
Damn!
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel where we spill the tea, break down the facts, and talk about the internet's biggest stories. You already know today's video is a wild one, because we're talking about how DrMike just destroyed MrBeast and LoganPaul over their new product, Lunchly. You might think it's just another influencer product, but trust me, it gets messy. Buckle up, hit that like button, and let's get into it. Alright, so here's the setup. MrBeast, LoganPaul, and KSI decided to take their massive followings and launch a brand new food product called Lunchly.
Fiesta nachos, 22 grams of sugar, 10 grams of sugar, 7 grams of protein, 9 grams of protein. Come in close and look at the queso cheese in Lunchly versus whatever that is. Drip versus stick. I like my cheese drippy, bruh. This is a Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchables. Look, it's watery. I can't even look at that. With 400 milligrams of electrolytes, my God! And it's available for around $4. Super affordable. Go give it a try.
It's basically a competitor to Lunchables, which, let's be honest, we all grew up on. You know, those little DIY meal kits with crackers, cheese, and that questionable slice of ham. Now, these guys didn't just roll this out quietly. Oh no. They came in hot with big promises, claiming Lunchly is a healthier alternative.
Lunchly versus Lunchables. With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid. Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins. Crunch bar. Feastables Crunch Bar. Our pizza uses real...
They were calling it a better choice for kids' lunches, and their fans were hyped. They were all over social media comparing Lunchly to Lunchables, saying things like, oh, Lunchly has real cheese, or it's got less sugar, fewer calories. But here's the thing. It didn't take long for people to start raising some serious eyebrows. Enter our guy, DrMike. If you don't know DrMike, he's like the internet's favorite doctor, super popular for breaking down health trends and calling out BS when he sees it. And guess what? He wasn't buying the hype. DrMike looked into Lunchly's claims and straight up destroyed the product in his latest video. This was a full-on takedown.
Oh my God! Wow!
First off, DrMike pointed out that Lunchly, just like Lunchables,
fall into the category of ultra-processed foods. They aren't healthy to consume often, period.
Now, for those of you who might not be familiar, ultra-processed foods, also known as UPFs, are these heavily altered prepackaged foods filled with preservatives, added sugars, and unhealthy fats. We all love snacks like chips and soda, right? But DrMike made it clear that these kinds of foods are terrible for your health, especially if you eat them regularly. In fact, studies show that people who eat a lot of UPFs have a 50% higher risk of developing obesity. That's insane. And it's not just weight gain. Some UPFs have been linked to an increase in cancer risk. And get this. DrMike said he's seeing more and more kids in his clinic who are struggling with obesity because they're eating way too many of these processed foods. He even called out Lunchly specifically, saying it's not as healthy as they want you to think, because it still falls into that ultra-processed food category.
What? What the?
Now, here's where things get kind of funny. DrMike totally dragged Lunchly's marketing when it came to their use of the word electrolytes. So, LoganPaul and MrBeast were really out here hyping up the electrolytes in Lunchly, as if it's some magic ingredient that makes the meal super healthy. But what they're really talking about is sodium,
Saturated fat, which is missing, and sodium, which is not only missing, but replaced by electrolytes. And unlike all the other macros, is only labeled potassium and only in the prime bottle in the kit, comparing it to the Capri Sun in the Lunchables.
Salt. DrMike and another doc, Dr. Brian Sutterer, called them out hard on this. Sutterer even tweeted that sodium getting rebranded as electrolytes will be in future marketing textbooks as one of the most ridiculous moves. Electrolytes do help with hydration, sure, but when it comes to food, too much sodium is bad for you. DrMike was like, come on guys, you can't just slap electrolytes on a box and think we won't notice it's just salt.
Oh my God! Wow!
Alright, let's get real for a second. DrMike didn't just roast them for fun. He brought some serious facts to the table. He compared Lunchly to USDA nutrition standards for school lunches. And let me tell you, Lunchly did not pass the test. According to the USDA, a school lunch for kids should have around 625 calories to give them the energy they need. Lunchly's turkey kit? It's got 230 calories. That's barely enough to keep a kid going through their afternoon classes. DrMike pointed out that if kids want enough calories from Lunchly, they'd need to eat like 3 of these kits, but then they'd be way over on sodium. They'd get hit with over 1,300 milligrams of sodium, which is way above what's healthy for kids. And then there's the grain situation. The USDA says 80% of the grains in a school lunch should be whole grain. Lunchly? Yeah, it's got no whole grains. DrMike made it clear. Lunchly is pretty much on the same level as Lunchables when it comes to health. So, where does that leave Lunchly? Well, Dr. Mike didn't just destroy it without offering some solid advice. He said that if these guys want to actually make a healthy kids meal, they should start by meeting USDA standards at the very least. And maybe, just maybe, they should hire a health professional to help them with their next launch. LoganPaul even tried to clap back at some of the critiques by showing an X-ray machine checking for foreign materials in the food. But Dr. Mike pointed out that this has nothing to do with the health concerns, like heavy metals or sodium level. So, is Lunchly a total fail? Well, not exactly. Dr. Mike did say there were some improvements compared to Lunchables. Less sugar, slightly less sodium, and hey, they use real cheese.